Alright, it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning on the 17th. I think this is Monday. Getting ready to start doing roofing. But before we can put these very heavy looking shingles on, we got a few more stages and steps to do. I don't remember if I've ever seen this or not. There's a drip edge you're supposed to put. What happens is when the water comes down the edge of the roof, it actually curls under because of surface tension. And instead of the drip just falling straight down, it'll backtrack some distance and before it falls down. I'm going to use flashing because that's what I've got. Now I don't know how much I've got. I had no idea it was going to work that well. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's literally like exactly as long as the house. Now the tricky bit. How do I cut this in half? Not good for wheels either, apparently. But that's alright, we're at 4 feet done. So, if I can just pull it straight in. Up and up to the fence, we're set. Again, stand straight in line at the end and pull it towards you. Right on where I want it to be. Pretty close. That part I like. Apparently, with a decent blade, you could score this and break it, or maybe just outright cut it. Maybe I just imagined the whole thing. Since I already took the grinder, put it away, I don't feel like digging it out again. I'm lazy. Also, this is a much thinner piece. This is like the last of the last roll, something like that. So I'm using a folding, like a lock blade version of a utility knife. So you get the blades that you can just change, right? So I don't trash a good knife on this. I'm thinking if I can push down a bit, score it a few times. Working. Okay, good. So I needed this because my other piece was going to be a couple feet short. So I'll use this on the ends. It's about 1:25 on the 17th. I just want to get a quick recap of how things are going so far. I had the first 20, probably at least 20 feet of tar paper stretched out. I was stapling it as I went with the air stapler. A little puff of wind, it wasn't even very much, came in, tore all the staples in one shot. The whole thing fluffed. It took the roll, the stapler, the whole frickin' thing, except for the last 6 inches that were held down by one of the orange spring clamps. Tore it in about 3 different places. I was like, damn it. So that's that. That's actually not all of it. I reused most of it. Just trimmed off the ragged end. Oh crap, these are heavy. Oh my god. This is gonna be a whole new day right here. Oh wow. I'm like, let me just get my hand underneath it. Oh shit. The sun's not on those, but they are the same, but that's nice. So I can pick up the whole, I got a half a bundle there because I have a hard time picking the whole bundle up and moving it. So I can get a half a bundle on this plywood and then more easily pick it up because it's not floppy. And from here, I can just take the whole thing up and then push it up on the roof, and then I'll reuse take the plywood back down again for the next bundle. Good news is they're heavy enough and the tar is sticky, so they don't seem like they want to go anywhere. They're sitting pretty good right now. So you put the first shingle on the bottom backwards, so the tabs are up. These are the tabs. So the tabs are up instead of down. Alright. Hammer it. We're hoping is that all this black is actually tar, and it sticks to me. It actually sticks to my gloves. Oh, there's another nail. We have more nails down here. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, it's easy. I honestly don't know what I'm doing here, right? I've done a little bit of this with my brother, like I said, but I think Kevin would probably disown me right now. Pretty sure on that job we did together, we were building a porch for him. He would have traded me in a heartbeat for anybody. Yeah, there are things that I'm good at, although some days I forget what they are. But construction and building actually isn't my strong point. You see a lot of it lately. If you watch my videos, you'll see what I mean. Like the whole house, it's going to be fine. But I was hoping this would be one of my better achievements. And it's really not. It's not on par with what I was hoping, I guess, is the best way to say it. Alright, this was kind of the plan. I was just slow to move the truck in here. I figured, alright, if I kind of hugged the pole right there, if I was on that side, I'd have enough room on this side, blah, blah, blah. Okay, back it in nice. That way, at least it's a shorter path into here, right? Well, I couldn't see where the shovel was. Normally the shovel is there. That's under where the tailgate is. So the shovel was smacked right into the fender. I think that might be from where that was. But yeah, I got plenty of room. Yeah, this is now I'm 10 feet closer. Man, I'm gonna triple productivity here. Yeah, this is why I don't drive real trucks, right? This is why you're supposed to get out and look. Get out and look is the mantra. They put stickers on your mirrors. Get out and look. Goal, G-O-A-L. Get out and look. This is why. I didn't actually hit the bus though. Okay, it's 4:20. I just finished the second tier basically. what it looks like. Out to the edge, had to cut this one, had to cut this one. They cut on like 6 inches and an even increment on that one, so that's promising. That should look nice instead of having a little sliver on the end. But the good news is I've got basically 3 tiers worth of shingles up here. What's here plus what's left on, you know, stacked up and ready to go, plus the roll of tar paper. Okay, observations. It's now like 6 o'clock straight up on the 17th, so the first day of roofing is wrapped. First observation, that 30-pound pail of nails is gonna, I'm not making a dent in that, that's hilarious. Plus I've got this and that already full of nails, right? So I've got the first 5 rows done. That's basically 3 feet. I think that's what it came out to. Well, it's almost 3 feet because I was on the edge or close to the end of the last run of tar paper. All right, let's go up and take a look. Just so when I come back 100 years from now, I can remember this glorious moment. Ah, hell. Okay, so the good thing is, oh, and my battery's about to go dead. I've got all of these stacks of shingles ready to go. So 1, 2, yeah, 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can kind of, if the black shows up, yeah, that should show up. There's about 3 inches, 4 inches of tar paper sticking out. Okay, going this way, I used up what I had left in the roll. So that's more than 1.5 times per roll, plus I had some scrap that tore off earlier. Okay. So one roll went 1.5, second roll 1.5, we'll finish one side. 1.5, 1.5, yeah. I should be really close on tar paper. I mean, I should have leftover, like a few feet anyway. Plus, do this. I'm not going to have a roll left over, is the good thing. I really honestly wasn't sure, and I was like, shit, did I buy too much? Did I buy not enough, right? A couple things I want to watch out for in the future, like tomorrow. When this stuff is hot, it's very fragile. There is what looks at first like boot prints across here. I thought I was just stepping in tar and then transferring it. But if I'm on my heels, because I was working sitting down with my feet facing down, I'm tearing basically the sand off of the asphalt, okay? So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's going to happen, but just try to be careful when it's so hot, which will be every time. Don't do any hard pushes, you know, so try not to push off your heels when you're sitting down kind of thing. Just be gentle. And that's what I thought at first I was getting tar on my boots and transferring it, but it's actually tearing it off, I think. So, that's that. I didn't bother string lining this next one because on the green, there's painted lines and there happened to be one really close. The red doesn't have the painted lines. Yeah, go figure, right? So what I may do when I finish that is measure, come up over here, make a mark, okay. Yeah. You know, it's like, well, does it matter how straight the tar paper is? Not really, excepting that the tar paper has lines in it that you could use as a reference for the next run of shingles. All right. I should be doing string lines. I'm going to talk more when I get down there. I just wanted to get a shot of this. I'm not super fast at this, but it's getting better. And from here on, I can stand on this side and work above me instead of working below me. So the top 6 feet should be a heck of a lot faster than the bottom. I think when I do this side, if I set myself up a little bit better, I can reach probably the 3rd and possibly the 4th row from the ground, or from the stand. That would be a heck of a lot faster if I can make that work. I think if I bring out that sidewalk and work on my stand a little bit more, because Because if I can work 4 rows from the bottom, then I can probably stand on that from the top. That would make a big difference, I think. Yeah, you're minding your own business. This little guy's all fired up. He's not more than probably 16 inches long. Good markings. Usually they're really docile, and this guy is just... this is the second rattlesnake I've heard actually rattle. Tongue going, he's trying to figure me out. The little ones can still kill you, they say. I need him to move because that's where I need to be. Yeah, rattle going. Try a little bit first, see what he does. A little bit of sand. Not going to hurt him, but it's going to piss him off. The idea is he hopes he leaves. What he's going to try to do is just get into that bush, though. Yeah, he's trying to hide. Striking at the shovel. He's not big enough to fight. He's been moving basically with his head away from me. He's looking at me, but he's trying to move. I think he's hiding. I just want him to feel unwelcome enough that he'll go somewhere else. That's been my experience on the last few. You chase them into a bush and they'll just stay there. You can't get them to leave because they know they're protected. And so I was able to scoop them with the shovel and throw them into the bush, which was probably the best I could hope for. So right now, I don't know if we're going to be able to see him in there. Hear the rattle. He's looking right at me. And he's got his mouth kind of open. Well, guess we'll do our best not to step on him. He's outside of where I'm going to be working. It's just, now I've got to be constantly looking at the ground, which is a good idea anyway, but also I just made him dirty, so now he's got camouflage. Oops. Anyway, welcome to the neighborhood, right? He's still rattling too. Okay. Every time he hears me move, he rattles. Yeah, the old guys were saying a lot of the snakes won't rattle because the pigs have figured out they can eat the snakes. So the pigs be like, oh, tasty, let's go find him. You know, so the snake will try not to rattle if it can. And this one, he started as soon as he saw me. It was like right away. That's probably a snake track here then. That's about where I found him. Wonderful. Anyway, at least I got him away from the house a little bit. What was I doing? I guess as long as he's rattling, I'll know where he is. Okay, I gotta get this stuff going here, so. I need a frickin' flamethrower. That would be ideal. Yeah, my goal has always been piss them off enough so they leave. Usually doesn't seem to work though. That's gonna work out good. Okay, it's about 11:25 now. I got the first 4 road done all the way across. The next step, I have to put up more tar paper. Between using rocks and then putting half bundles of shingles on top of the tar paper as I go, that worked out well enough. It's not especially windy today compared to yesterday, so it's a better day overall. It doesn't feel as hot, which is weird. Maybe just enough breeze to make it comfortable. I swear, in the first 15 minutes of break, you could run right back out and be fine. And then you sit here for a while and you're like, I don't want to go out. Doesn't look too bad though. I think it'll be okay. Currently 97.2 degrees. Yeah. Okay, significant wind. It seemed like a good time to stop.